Okay, so this manga right here is just oof. Like it's most definitely up there when it comes to the most brutal mangas I've ever read. So let's just dive headfirst into the chaos of Frieza, where the government's idea of conflict resolution involves duels, and the protagonist, Kano, is the life of the party with his schizophrenic twists and psychopathic turns in this roller coaster of a narrative. Likeability is on a vacation, and more ambiguity is having the time of his life. Get ready for a hilarious yet dark adventure that'll leave you questioning everything, because who knew the government sanctioned chaos would be this entertaining? Strap in for a wild ride where laughter and absurdity meets the complexities of a world gone hilariously terrible. Frieza is set in a dystopian future, Japan, where the government has legalized duels to the death as a form of conflict resolution. We love that. The story follows a group of assassins known as Frieza, who are hired by individuals to kill their enemies through these government-sanctioned duels. The world depicted in Frieza is characterized by the social decay, political corruption, and general sense of despair, all the good things. This legal system is twisted and individuals seek justice or revenge through Frieza rather than relying on the official institution. I know I've already said Frieza about 3 or 4 times, but I know most people are going to be thinking about Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, or I could just be pronouncing it wrong because it's spelled Freesia. Frieza? Man, y'all should know this from the start. I can't read. And Frieza, the main character, Kano, brings a captivating complexity to the story, battling with his schizophrenia. His journey is a compelling exploration of the human psyche, shaping up the narrative's dark and disorienting atmosphere. What makes this truly intriguing is how these psychopathic traits as a layer of unpredictability. When I mean unpredictability, I am dead serious. This guy, in the very first few chapters, this guy is literally sitting at a table talking to someone, but then that someone is a no one that's only in his head. And this guy has a girlfriend, he has a grandma, but he does terrible things with the girlfriend on top of the grandma. I'm telling you, this guy's out there. But back to what I was saying. This actually would this is a terrible segue, but this would actually make him a morally ambiguous yet utterly engaging protagonist. The manga skillfully narrates the blurred lines between right and wrong. I don't know what's right and wrong between that. Delivering a narrative that is both challenging and thought-provoking. It is captivating exploration of mental health and mortality. Not mortality, morality. Fuck health and morality that keeps the readers hooked from the start to finish. The characters in Frieza are extremely unlikable, but I understand that they're intentionally portrayed in a way that challenges the traditional notions of likability. The characters, including the protagonist, Kano, often exhibits morally ambiguous traits, making them complex and sometimes difficult to emphasize with. This deliberate choice adds a layer of realism to the story, exploring the gritty and flawed aspects of the human nature. While the characters may not be conventionally likable, their depths and imperfection contributes to the thought-provoking and intense atmosphere of Frieza. The narrative explores the psychological and emotional toll on the assassins and those connected to them. Themes of morality, justice, and consequences of violence are the central to the story, creating a dark and complex atmosphere. The manga dwells into the complexities of human nature and society in a harsh and unforgiving nature. The very start of the manga, we get Kano, a guy that's basically schizophrenic and psychopathic, sitting at a dining table talking to someone, but it turns out there's nobody. He's basically talking to someone in his head. We get to his house, and it looks like a hoarder's house where there's trash everywhere, and he has a girlfriend, and he has a grandma. The grandma thinks he's crazy. We think he's crazy. He doesn't think he's crazy, and the girlfriend is crazy just like him. Later that night, he comes up with the great idea. Well, I think the girlfriend comes up with the idea that they should have on top of his grandma. You would think you think it doesn't get worse than that. Oh, but it does. So a few chapters later, he ends up joining the proxy, and the proxy would show another member of the group as, I'm not gonna say his name, but this guy, it shows him at his house. He has a woman, and he kind of abuses her and has his way with her, which that's pretty terrible. And they ended up just meeting together, and they end up kicking a door down, and they were designed and told to go take out this guy, as he would actually be a guy that was known for kidnapping and having his way and then murdering the victims. And the family felt as though that he didn't get enough time for that. So they were sent on a mission to do that. They would end up getting the job done, but the way they get the job done is just so wild. Like, his girlfriend gets her head blown off. He tries to run. He gets his head blown off. And then the main character is back at the dining table. And this time, he's talking to these same dead people. So at this point, I'm thinking, he's already in a terrible situation, and this is just making it worse. Everybody's just terrible. Like, there was a fight that broke out somewhere at the very beginning of the manga. It was an old man and a younger man, and they were fighting to the death. And as the rules say, you can't get involved with this. The younger guy gets the better of the old man, and it turns out that he was fighting the old man because the younger guy did some very wild things to his daughter and killed her. When I mean wild, I mean terrible. It's so messed up because the guy, even after he took the older man out, he said, I put daughter and father in the same place. They need to put this man underneath the jail. But I guess that kind of shows you what you about to get yourself into with this manga, because it shows you this type of things at the start and it only gets worse. But I'm kind of done talking now. This is one of those mangas that are extremely chaotic and wild and proves a point. It's trying to get that point across. It most definitely got the point across. I'm probably gonna go sit in the room and think about what I just read. And yeah, I'm out. I'll see y'all later.